Did you like take me to bed, or did I walk on my own, or how did it happen?
I physically pulled you off the couch.
Okay.
And took you to bed. I carried you off in my arms like a baby. Hey there, my Retro dolls. What's up, guys? So I am officially back from New York and getting back to my regular schedule, filming and all of that good stuff. Right now, Cody and I are getting ready to go to brunch because it is coming up on our 2-year wedding anniversary. Woo! Yeah. Since I've been going all over the place and just not being home and I just wanted to kind of relax, I decided I would rather do like a little anniversary brunch as opposed to like a full-on date night, because I can't be bothered with that. There's the husband, by the way. What up? Getting swifty in the background, are we? So I'm going to be testing a new, or trying out a new foundation, and that is this one. This was sent to me by the company. This is LANCÔME's. It's a foundation stick, and it has sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 21, all day color. This is supposed to be a light to medium coverage, and I tried to pick the color I feel like would be best suited for me, but when I swatched it on my hand, because I just picked it up online, that sounded like a fart back there, but I just picked it up online, and so you can't really get the best idea of what shade's gonna work for you, so I just picked 220C. Oh, hey, that's pretty like perfect, actually. I thought it was gonna be a little too pink toned, but what's up? How was your time without me, Son's wife?
Let's see, what's that song called? Ain't no sunshine when she gone. Then that meme of ain't no sandwich when she gone.
Oh God.
It was like that.
So that's how you felt, ain't no sandwich when she gone?
I don't eat well when she's not, here.
But apparently everybody kicked in to take care of you, to babysit you. Your brother got you a deli platter, or gave you a deli platter.
I subsisted on a deli platter for 3 days.
Ain't no sandwich when she gone,
Yeah.
and she always gone. So let's talk about travel, because I know a lot of us bigger people have anxiety about flying, so I thought that I would take a minute to actually talk about that part. First thing, don't be nervous about asking for a seatbelt extender if you feel like you need it, because who fucking cares? Like, I mean, it serves a purpose, so why not use it? And also, some planes are so weird because there were certain flights where I was like, had the seatbelt and it was like that much of a gap, so I was like, fuck, alright, I need the extender, and then I would like crank the extender all the way as tight as I could, to the point where I was just like, the sewn part of it was the only thing that was stopping me from tightening it even more. And then there were other planes where I was just like, yeah, no, extender is 100% necessary. So it kind of sucks that airplane companies pretty much just make the seats as small as possible so that they can make as much money as possible. So you really aren't a human, you are a number.
You're a factor of weight and fuel usage, basically.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not really going to be talking about all of the products that I'm using, so if you want to know any of that, also that washer and dryer is loud as hell. If you want to know any of the products that I'm using, they'll be linked down below. So yeah, you can find that. Thank you.
That's better.
I can't wait until we move and the washer and dryer is in a garage and not in the house.
The house?
The house is on fire.
It'll be an actual laundry room.
Let me talk to you guys about what I went through traveling, because I don't think that I even told you. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the first flight that I was on, Amanda and I were the only ones in the row, which was fine because then that means that we didn't have to like sit on top of each other, but at the same time, that plane was like a smaller, more old plane, so that meant that the armrests didn't actually go up. They were just like a solid hunk of plastic.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm all hips. A 3.5 hour flight with my hips being just,
It's like those old movie theaters.
Even that would have been better because then it would have just been tight on the top of my hips or at my waist, and then I would have had like that empty gap for the rest of my hips to be. But no, this one was just like solid from top to bottom.
Ooh.
So there was like no room for anything.
When we went to the Grizzly, those seats.
No, babe, you're talking about, look,
From the
listen.
chair.
Okay, so this is the bottom of the chair, or okay, this is an armrest. Okay? Normal armrest. So there's just like, you can rest your arm and then there's like space underneath. That was not what this was. This was the divider between each seat. So there was no space for your fat to like go under or your hip to go under. Do you see the difference here? Am I making sense to you?
Right.
You got it?
Right.
Yeah. This would have been tolerable. It would have been still uncomfortable,
There's nowhere
but a lot
for
more.
the excess to go.
Exactly. Exactly. For someone who's my shape, which I just found out I'm a figure 8, so what's up?
Infinity.
And the other thing that was weird is that their seat belts had like cushion on them, so that made it even more difficult because that took up more space. So that first flight kind of sucked. So the second flight was again 3.5 hours, and Amanda and I were sitting next to each other. Luckily this one had regular armrests and you could lift them up. I was sitting in the middle. The guy that was to my right had the aisle. The thing that I thought was so weird is that I didn't make physical contact with him at all, but he was like real fidgety. He literally put his foot on the armrest of the person in front of him. I don't know what the hell he was trying to do. And eventually he actually ended up moving seats. And yeah, he like left and went and sat somewhere else close like to the back of the plane basically.
I've had enough.
The stewardess came and talked to me and Amanda and was just like, hey sweetie, you know, you guys can spread out and make yourself comfortable. He wanted more leg room. So, you know,
You could do that?
I guess so.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
I don't know if I'm just being the paranoid fat girl that's just like, oh, he really didn't want to sit next to a big girl and that's what it was, or if he really wanted, you know, leg room, because like I said, we weren't actually touching and he was trying to put his feet on the people in front of him, so I think it might have actually been leg room.
Take that train. Like, just do that train thing that people talk about.
And spend 2 weeks on a plane? No thanks.
No, not on a plane.
I mean on a train.
On a train. See, some people think it's only New York, Dallas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and that's the country. There's stuff in between, you know. I mean, there's people there.
People do exist in
The
other
real,
places.
you know, the real Americans, you know, not the city folk. That's what I want to see.
He's like, I just really want to go to Kentucky.
I'm sure New York is, you know, everything that it's supposed to be.
It's amazing. I love New York.
See, I don't look for the nice things in cities. I look for like
The real shit.
the gritty things about cities. Like San Francisco, big buildings, nice skyline, you know, nightlife, the Bay Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, all that stuff, Alcatraz. But then you walk the streets at, you know, certain times and you're like,
Get me the fuck out of here.
there's trash in the street.
Dude, that's
Food.
all New York is.
You know what I mean?
Literally,
Like, it smells kind of mildewy
No,
in
it's
places. Yeah.
straight up smells like
Then you know
somebody
that's
just
what
dropped
the city.
a deuce.
Yeah. See, that's the city right there.
Well, then you would love New York because it's
I didn't say I loved it. No.
No.
I didn't say I loved it. I said that's what I look for.
Listen, Linda. Literally piles stacked of garbage bags.
Ugh.
Yeah. I saw
Rats.
mice and rats.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
there was a mouse or a rat
No,
in
they're rats. There are
Sephora
no mice
in
in
Times
New
Square.
York.
Central Park. We were walking through the park, and this massive burrito-sized rat just ran off into the bushes. Yeah, waddled its fat little legs.
God. They eat good, man. They gotta eat good over there.
New York was so worth it though. New York Fashion Week this year changed the game because plus size companies and CurvyCon and all of that were part of it this year, which was like revolutionary because that's not really a thing, or wasn't really a thing, but now it is. I'm really excited that I got to be there to experience that, and I met a lot of really awesome influencers, and also I met a lot of you guys there, and it was really, really positive. There were a few girls that straight up just like showed their true colors and they were not pretty, but I think that's kind of just unfortunately how it goes in those type of environments, because then you see those people that are out for the money and out for the fame and popularity and the name and all of that.
I guess something like that will expose people.
Definitely.
Even more so.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can only see one side of them when it's watching a YouTube video or something.
When it's online.
But when you see them face to face, you see who they really are.
I'm not gonna say who. I'll never like straight up call somebody out, because I feel like if they're genuinely that type of person, it's only a matter of time until they show their ass to everybody. But like, there were some people that were just super ungrateful and like super jaded about all of it and not really appreciative, and I was just kind of surprised by it, because some of these people were people that I had this whole different idea of who they would be, and then come to find out, like, no bueno, you know? Whatever, like I said, if this is truly who they are.
You're not talking about anyone that you went with.
No. It's not Amanda.
That.
It's not Amanda.
You don't want to
Just so you
start
guys
a war
know.
there. Yeah. Clarification required.
It's people that I followed online and really thought that I would have a genuine connection with. You know, if I ever met you in real life, we'd be best friends kind of thing. And then you meet them and you're like, never mind.
The other thing, though, is that people shouldn't have high expectations about meeting strangers.
I will let you down. No.
No, not that. It's just that you expect too much from people you don't know.
True.
Like, you meet a celebrity for the first time and you think it's gonna be this like awesome magical moment, but then you fail to realize like this is just another person who has a job that, yes, is more influential and more
famous.
Yeah, literally more famous than mine, but at the end of the day, they go home, they eat, they crap, you know, they go through things that we go through just the same, but you expect more of them because of their status.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be larger than life, but at the same time very nice and humble to recognize you. That's not the case. They got stuff to do. They're busy, just like we are.
On a side note, though, going into those events, I'm like the new kid on the block. Nobody really knows who I am except for like the people that I hang out with and socialize with, and then maybe there's like a handful of others. So I was kind of throwing myself off because the people that I hang out with, they have a name for themselves. They have the connections, like they have that fame, I guess. So I was feeling a bit insecure, and you'll notice like in my vlogs, I'm like, the saga of me not being one of the cool kids continues, because like I genuinely felt like I wasn't one of the cool kids. I don't know why I decided to bring that up right now, but it was just like sometimes I would recognize that I would be putting those negative feelings on other people. I try to make it short-lived because I recognize that's just me being insecure. I guess the moral of that story is to just keep pushing until you're a cool kid. And also for those of you who thought I was a cool kid, I'm not. Another thing me and a lot of my friends were talking about was our end games. Like, we're all pursuing something with the greater goal of something else, you know? So for some of my friends, they started blogging and started doing YouTube and stuff like that with the end goal of becoming a fashion designer, or with the end goal of creating a brand or an industry or whatever it was, you know? And I started thinking about it and what my end game is with YouTube, and honestly, I feel like I'm one of the few that genuinely just enjoys doing it and doesn't really think of it as a means to an end. Because this past week at Fashion Week, like, everybody that I met was like super entrepreneurial. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Doing it with an end goal in mind, which that's not me saying that, oh, they have ulterior motives. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that it was making me feel weird because I felt like one of the only people who didn't really think, oh, I'm doing this so that I can create a makeup line after, or something like that. I was literally just being like, I am enjoying it and I want to be as genuine and true to myself. I don't want to try and fit into a category or anything like that, because I'm trying to fit the mold so that it makes sense when I go into this end goal, you know? For a minute, I was kind of like, fuck, should I even really be doing this, because I'm not like that. I'm not like the other girls. And I think that's why I should be doing it, because I'm not like them. And that's totally fine. I kind of just went on a tangent right now. But I think that it's good, because like being surrounded by such strong and powerful and independent women for like a solid week, and then being in New York Fashion Week and everything that encompasses that, I at first felt super insecure, because I'm just like, what am I doing here? I am like such a tiny little guppy of a fish in this gigantic ocean. But then I started seeing that as a positive and being like, well, I'm not gonna be losing my mind if this person doesn't talk to me, and I'm not gonna stress if this designer or this company doesn't want to work with me or whatever it is. I think that finding that security in myself and just breathe. Basically, I guess I was just stressing myself out, because I was putting the pressure on me to be like everybody else that I saw, and also because this guy right here, you mean everything to me, and sometimes I feel like you think YouTube is gonna be this cash cow kind of deal.
Actually, yeah, that's a good segue, because I wanted to mention something. You had mentioned that someone had commented on one of your videos. Basically, someone said, well, we watch the videos, so that puts money in her pocket or food on her table, so I'm allowed to criticize it, or like, I don't know what it was. Just basically saying like, I can choose. I
pay her bills, so I say what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I can say whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not the case.
And I don't ever want it to be the case.
I have a job. I work 40 hours a week. My money keeps, you know, the PG&E going, the food on the table for the most part. Like, that's what I do. So it's not like I'm sitting around doing nothing. YouTube is not in any way like a cash cow. I'm
kind of just along for the ride, to be honest. I hope that along the way that I help out as many people as I can. But I think that's just honestly what I'm here for. That's like me physically, why I'm on this planet is to help other people, because that's what I do in my day-to-day work at the salon with hair and makeup. I'm helping people feel better about themselves and feel confident and be ready for whatever they're going into and feel beautiful in their own skin. And then like I try and translate that over into this world. When I am on YouTube and stuff like that, I'm not like, one day I want to be a designer, or one day I want to be a model for this and that. It would be amazing if that's what ends up happening, but in the meantime, I'm just kind of enjoying what I can bring to YouTube and what I can bring to help others. But as far as like money, that's the salon. This is just fun, and if something happens, then it happens. Anyways, so I think that's it for today. I think we did really well. Thanks for joining me, babe.
You are welcome.
I'm just hanging out. Pleasantly surprised with this foundation, so definitely go check them out if you want to. This is from LANCôME. Again, this is their new foundation stick. Everything else that I used is down in the description bar below. The links in there most likely are affiliate links, which means that I make a percentage off of it and you aren't affected in any way. It basically just helps me out, so if you want to do that, I am greatly appreciative. But if you feel some type of way about it, don't worry, it's cool.
If anyone knows who Ric Flair is, leave a comment in the comment section below, because I need to know who's out there. Who's out there? Who knows what I'm talking about whenever I say to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Okay? Let me know. I wanna see, because I'm gonna pay attention to those comments.
Well, now they know, because you just told them who it was.
Well, I'm just saying, people don't know who Ric Flair is, and when I say to be the man, you gotta beat the man, they're like, who the hell said that?
Me, bitch. No. Anyways, so that is it for today. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and remember, until next time, if they ain't paying your bills, pay them no mind. Check you later. Mwah. Okay, let's go eat this. No.